The human body functions very well despite being a complex biological machine with limitations. Based on our work through interdimensional remote viewing sessions, we have detected a close relationship between the deterioration of the human body's health and the presence of etheric implants. On the other hand, if a person does not have etheric implants, they would enjoy good health. And if they take care of their diet, habits, and behavior even more, they can achieve longevity and good condition. So hold on tight to that seat as you learn more about the energetic body with interdimensional vision. Personal illnesses. These types of illnesses only occur in individuals and are not present in their family group. They are related to the implants they have in their etheric body as a result of the interdimensional interference they are subject to. This also includes the implantation they have as an essence, if they are under archon control, whether for experimentation, energy storage, or reproduction of these entities. There are certain types of mechanisms that remain connected to the essence for many lifetimes, and do not have peripherals in the etheric body, but their effects persist across all those lifetimes. For example, an essence may be inside a mechanism, such as a capsule that requires cables to be inserted through the circulatory system to introduce sedatives, DNA, or some catalyst for an experimental process being carried out by those archons. This wiring will have the effect of circulatory diseases and varicose veins in the legs on the person's physical body for all the lifetimes they are in that mechanism. If the capsule, rather than wiring, requires the essence to be submerged in a liquid, it is usually covered with a suit. However, if it is not covered with a suit and is left exposed to the liquid, this has the physical effect on the person of the autoimmune disease psoriasis. Remember that implants cause the etheric body to malfunction, which is reflected in the physical body, a mysterious and inexplicable malfunction for which many doctors and scientists fail to identify the true cause of this disease. Why does it happen to some people and not to others? Mental disorders can be other illnesses or conditions that are personal. A helmet, visors, and brain implants can cause disorders such as psychosis, schizophrenia, resulting from visual experimentation with holograms, and mental hyperactivity, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They also carry out genetic experimentation or hybridization, granting some abilities classified as spiritual gifts through the genes of archon species in their etheric body, which allows them to interact much more closely within the physical density. Many times within the essence, they make space to incubate etheric organisms such as embryos, larvae, and eggs. To do this, they compress certain organs, causing the person to malfunction on the physical plane, such as the kidneys, liver, and intestines. They may also conduct metabolic experiments, where the person on the physical plane remains overweight, no matter how carefully they take care of themselves. Many of these mechanisms have their peripheral in the person's etheric body, which is also an implant located in the corresponding area. For example, if the essence has a mechanism in the head, it will usually also have a helmet, lens, or visor in the etheric body. If the essence is used as an incubator, such that its belly is expanded, the person will wear a corset around the waist in the etheric body to contain the expansion of that area and prevent deformities in the physical body. These are just a few of the many forms of interdimensional experimentation and implantation directed by the archons into the creator consciousnesses and etheric body of their respective fractal. Genetic diseases. These are known on the physical plane as hereditary diseases or conditions, but technically, conditions that are transmitted in this way do not exist. Energetically speaking, they are an implant placed in a person's DNA at some point during their gestation. Genetic diseases can be activated at the moment they were inoculated or programmed for a long time afterward, even into old age in some. Among the physical genetic diseases we can find diabetes, cancer, heart problems, and blood pressure. There may be other hereditary mental conditions that some entities manage, such as dementia and depression. How do genetic diseases originate? It all begins when a member of that family group makes an etheric contract through a pact, a cult ritual, witchcraft, or secret order to have power, fame, or money. At that moment, they handed over their offspring. That was the price they paid to the entity. So, from that moment on, the Archon has the right to interfere with all of that person's descendant members, and he does so through genetic implants. This can last for many generations. However, this entity sometimes prefers to interfere with other types of mechanisms that are not implants, but we'll discuss this in another video. Genetic diseases in the etheric body must be seen through DNA. However, the mind represents them with forms related to the disease. For example, if it's diabetes, it could be a candy or sweet. If it's blood pressure, it could be a pacemaker or a mechanism related to the heart. The condition of many people. This is why many people, regardless of what they do to improve their health, whether through diet or habits, do not fully heal. The most they can achieve is control the illness. Or in some cases, such as mental illness, the patient remains sedated to escape reality. How can I remove an implant? This can be done only by acting on the etheric or astral plane with techniques such as remote viewing, astral projection, or having some ability to detect and see the implant. You can do this, but you must see the implant to be able to remove it. But that is not enough. If you remain under the Archon's control, they can implant it again, so it is necessary to completely escape their control, which includes freeing the essence from the facilities where they may be trapping it. I hope this information has been useful to you. Wait for the next videos to teach you more about astral interference and about us as creator consciousnesses of light.